Introduction. The misread silence to many. She looks cold, interested, emotionally distant. Some may even call her heartless. But the truth, she is anything but. Behind that quiet demeanor, behind the polite but clipped responses, and the calculated eye contact, there's a heart that trembles. A heart that feels too much, not too little. A heart that has learned that silence is safer than vulnerability. This is not a story about indifference, it's about defense. It's about survival. And above all, it's about love. Deeply, buried, silently aching. And quietly hoping someone will look past the facade and stay. Asterisk Part 1. Why some women seem emotionally distant, asterisk. In the emotionally charged world of human relationships, perception can be deceiving. You meet someone, you're drawn in, you try to connect, but they hold back. They seem disinterested, like nothing moves them. But in many cases, this isn't coldness, it's caution. A woman who appears emotionally distant is often someone who's had to protect herself for too long. She's learned not to trust too easily. Not because she can't feel love, but because love for her has often meant pain. She might have once loved someone with her whole soul, only to be abandoned. She might have opened her heart only to watch someone walk away when things got real. She's been misunderstood, labeled as too emotional, or told she feels too deeply. So now, she guards her softness the way a castle guards its treasure. Not because the treasure isn't there, but because letting someone see it is risky. When you see her hesitate or withdraw or seem indifferent, don't rush to judgment. Ask yourself, what might this reaction be protecting? Part 2. The childhood that built the armor a woman's emotional blueprint is often written long before she starts dating in her childhood. If she grew up in a place where expressing emotion was seen as weakness, she watched her mother suppress tears or her father punish vulnerability, she was taught that being strong meant being silent, then her adult self learned to internalize pain, to smile when she's crumbling, and to never let others see her falter. Children adapt to survive. Adults carry those adaptations into relationships. What looks like emotional detachment in a grown woman may actually be the echo of a little girl who was never allowed to cry. A little girl who learned early, if I feel too loudly, I get hurt. So she stopped showing it. Not because the feelings disappeared, but because they had to go underground. Asterisk Part 3. When past trauma comes present silence, asterisk trauma doesn't always scream. Sometimes it whispers in cold tones. Sometimes it hides behind polite smiles and I'm fine responses. Sometimes trauma becomes stillness. You see, when a woman has been emotionally hurt, whether through betrayal, abandonment, or manipulation, her nervous system memorizes the experience. Her body, her mind, and her heart become cautious. The next time love walks in, she doesn't jump toward it. She flinches. This isn't rejection, it's fear. A heart that's been burned doesn't stop craving warmth, but it does become wary of fire. She may push you away not because she doesn't care, but because she cares too much. And the risk of getting hurt again feels unbearable. When she avoids vulnerability, she's not being heartless, she's being human. She's showing you the way trauma rewires love into danger. Asterisk Part 4. Emotional intelligence and the quiet. Language of love asterisk. In today's loud world, we often mistake volume for affection. But the deepest love stories aren't always shouted. They're often whispered. A woman hiding a trembling heart speaks a different language. You won't find it in grand gestures. You'll find it in the way she remembers small details about you. The way she softens her tone after being distant. The way she pauses before responding because she's deciding if it's safe to open up. That is emotional intelligence. And for emotionally intelligent men, it's visible. These men understand that when someone seems distant, may not be about them, but about wounds that existed long before they came along. They know how to read the unsaid, how to give space without vanishing. How to gently invite someone out of their shell without demanding instant vulnerability. To reach a woman like this, you must stop chasing surface reactions and start listening to the spaces in between her words. Asterisk. Part 5. The danger of misinterpreting her guard. Asterisk. Here's the risk, and it's real. If you misinterpret her protection as rejection, you'll walk away right before she was ready to let you in. And that's what often happens. A man, confused by her guardedness, assumes she's not interested. He gives up, but inside she was just starting to trust, just beginning to believe that maybe this time would be different. This creates a cycle. Her caution leads to his withdrawal, which confirms her belief that opening up is dangerous. And round it goes. So many love stories are lost this way, not because there was no love, because love was misunderstood. Asterisk. Part 6. How to reach her heart without pushing. Asterisk. Here's what you need to understand if you love a woman who hides her feelings. Patience is your greatest tool. She won't open up on your schedule. She'll do it when she feels safe. Don't force it, invite it. Consistency matters more than intensity. Not the big gestures, but the daily reliability that builds her trust. Ask her how she feels, but don't demand an answer. Let her know it's okay not to be okay. Give her the space to feel, not just the pressure to explain. Celebrate her small signs of openness. When she shares a personal story, when she touches your hand, when she lets her guard down just a bit, recognize it. That's her version of "I trust you." Never use her vulnerability against her. If she tells you something fragile and you later weaponize it, even unintentionally, she shut down completely, maybe forever. Part 7. What you can do at home to build this connection. Asterisk. You don't need to be a therapist. You just need to be emotionally available. Here are 5 actionable things you can do at home to foster emotional safety for a woman who hides her trembling heart. Create a no judgment space. At least once a week, ask what's been heavy on your heart, and just listen. No fixing, just listening. Use "I feel" statements to model vulnerability. Say things like, "I felt really distant from you this week and I missed our connection." This shows her it's okay to be honest. Write her a letter or a message, sometimes written words. Feel safer. Leave a note saying, "I know you have so much going on inside, and I just want you to know I see you." Build quiet rituals. Share tea in silence. Go for walks without talking. Let connection happen without pressure. Validate her boundaries. Don't punish her when she needs space. Respect it. But also gently reassure her you're still there. Part 8. What this teaches us about ourselves. Asterisk. When you learn to love someone who hides their vulnerability, you begin to grow in ways you didn't expect. You develop patience instead of pressure, empathy instead of ego, curiosity instead of control, resilience instead of resentment. Start realizing love isn't about constant reassurance or loud declarations. It's about creating the conditions where the other person wants to come closer, because they feel safe doing so. That's the kind of love that lasts. That's the kind of love that heals. Conclusion. When the guard drops, if you ever get the privilege to see her softness, to watch her cry and trust and tremble in front of you, don't ever take it lightly. That moment is sacred, because in that moment, she's letting you see what no one else gets to see. She's laying down the sword. She's choosing courage over fear. She's saying without words, "I want to trust you." If you honor that, if you don't flinch, if you stand still and hold her heart gently, you might just witness one of the rarest forms of beauty in this world. A woman who feels deeply and finally feels safe enough to show it. Soft call to action at Awaken Mindset. We believe that the deepest emotional truths are often hidden beneath what people don't say, and that understanding someone's silence is sometimes more powerful than reacting to their words. If this message touched something inside you or helped you see someone you care about in a new light, consider subscribing to the channel. We create content for those who want to love more consciously, to live more mindfully, and connect more deeply. And remember, she's not indifferent. She's just waiting for a love that sees beyond the silence.